Hi, my name is Dalton Ringey. I am Adjunct Instructor of Clarinet at College of Central Florida, and this is the Bass Clarinet Lyrical Etude for the Florida All-State Symphonic Band. So just some things to think about when you're working on this is that even though there are some dynamic contrast, dynamic markings in here, you want to still add a little bit more yourself. It's marked espressivo at the beginning, so this is meant to be expressive. This is meant to show your best sound, your best expressive playing. So even though we don't have any crescendos or decrescendos until the third measure, I would add some sort of shape even earlier in the first and second measures. It doesn't necessarily matter what that shape is, but you need to show the adjudicators that you are confident in what you're trying to express. So what you do end up doing, make sure it sounds intentional, because that'll come across better as you kind of trying to improvise it. So mark what you're going to do when you are going to decide any additional dynamic contrast to add. So make sure our pianos are really quiet, especially at that third line, the F that's measured. Let's see, 1, 2. Measure 13. That when we go back to the beginning motive, but it's up the octave, I would really come down to the piano pianissimo. And that'll lead nicely into the forte that comes a few measures later. And then that last note, the E flat there, you really want to lean into. That's really the one note that isn't within the key center at all, apart from there's the D sharp a couple measures earlier, but that's more of an ornamentation. So everything is firmly within the framework of D minor. So all the C sharps, the B naturals that we have earlier, that's still part of the key. But this E flat, it's the first, besides that ornament that happens a couple measures before, that's really the only one that's out of that key center. So you really want to lean into that, especially it's marked forte. I would crescendo into that. So again, going back to that, to the start of that phrase. And then it's got an accent on it too, so really lean into that, and then you can kind of, once you hit the E flat, you can back out a little bit, and then have a nice softer ending. And then lastly, for the ritardando at the end, just make sure that we're really nice and gradual with that. We don't want to go too slow, too fast, but we also want to make sure it's nice and steady. So that's something to practice as well as getting that nice steady ritardando. Happy practicing.